Parts of Johannesburg could see delays in the restoration of electricity services or the fixing of faults in the coming days. This as City Power employees continue to come under attack from criminals. In the most recent incident, two on-duty workers were robbed yesterday. City Power spokesperson Isaac Mangena joins us for more on the story. Isaac, a very good evening to you. These attacks on City Power employees are not new. Do you believe that they are random acts of crime?
Good evening, and good evening to the viewers at home. Yes, it is worrying to us as City Power, and it's difficult to put a finger on it to say whether it is random acts of crime or there is some level of targeted, target to our employees in the field. We have seen a lot of our technicians basically attacked when they do their work, and the recent one is these two ladies in Rudaport near Discovery, where they were basically accosted by about two guys who basically took their cell phone numbers. We have seen in the previous months where some of our guys were basically had their phones and laptops and even stapletters and toolboxes taken by these criminals. So it is really difficult, and I think the police can only be able to assist us in determining what really is the cause of this.
And given the frequency of these attacks, you just mentioned the police, how confident are you that the investigations into the attacks are going anywhere? Have there been consequences for any of the people behind these crimes?
Look, obviously, the least we can do is just to report these matters to the police, with the hope that the police will do their job to ensure that they bring these culprits to book. But I must say, in the past few incidents that we had, experienced at City Power, we haven't really received positive feedback from the police in terms of the arrests and prosecutions. I'm talking about these attacks. Only obviously on the work that we're doing in terms of cable theft and vandalism. That's where we are seeing some level of arrest and prosecutions happening. And I guess it's also because of the essential task team that was formed by the president. But when it comes to these attacks, we haven't really seen much of the feedback. I'm talking about the one that happened a few months ago in Lenasia, where two buggies were basically hijacked, and the team was basically forced to go to the ATMs to withdraw money, their phones taken, their laptops taken. We didn't see much in terms of that. In Hillbrow, one of our technicians was stoned during the cut-off operation. At least in that regard, we saw an arrest or two that were made because of the culprits could be identified by the residents around the area. So it is something that obviously we engage with the police on a weekly basis, and it's something that we keep on obviously bringing up so that our teams can basically be allowed to do their work without any disturbance, without looking over their shoulders.
And City Power does not run a small operation. We all know that. What are likely to be the consequences, I wonder, for people who rely on you to come through and fix a fault when it's reported, and sometimes you have to go out in the evening in some communities? We're hearing from your teams, in fact, that it's become simply unsafe to work in specific parts of Johannesburg. What is also the most feasible way to ensure that they are protected when they do have to go out and work?
Look, it's not ideal for municipal workers who are really providing essential service to be guarded when they do that service. A service that is actually assisting a lot of residents of the city of Johannesburg. You are correct that the acts of these few criminals will basically affect the majority of good citizens within the city, because we are now cautious when we
I think we've lost Isaac Mangena, spokesperson for City Power. Oh, Isaac, apologies. We'd lost you for a moment there. Please finish your thought.
Yes, I was saying you are correct that the acts of these few criminals will basically affect the majority of good citizens out there who are expecting a service from City Power, and we have already played cautious in some of the areas that we have to deploy our resources. We have areas that were not at all responding due to this acts of criminality, especially at night, where we have seen an increase in the number of attacks. Areas such as Alexandra, areas such as parts of Lenasia, most parts of Lenasia, GP's Town, Malvern, those areas were not responding at night because of that is where most of our staff members have been attacked in the past. We don't respond at night, and obviously when we do during the day, we obviously become cautious, and to some degree we ask the JMPD to accompany us, which really is breaking because of JMPD on its own is stretched to the limit in terms of resources. So if we have, for example, on a bad day, 4,000 outage calls, it means JMPD will have to have 4,000 cars to basically accompany us, which is really not something that is viable, and it's not ideal, especially with the service that we are supplying. And I think it increasingly terrifies our employees. In the past, when being an electrician was still attractive, most of them were basically scared of being killed by the shocks or being electrocuted. But recently they pray as they leave their homes to come to work that they are not killed while they're serving these communities that are basically needing the service of electricity. So it is really worrying and concerning for us as City Power that we are where we are currently. But we have seen that even other services like the ambulances have had their fair share of attacks in the past, so we cannot really round it up as something that is affecting City Power alone.
Isaac Mangena, spokesperson for City Power, the electricity provider here in Johannesburg. Good to talk to you. Thank you.